You're onto something. Nice pants. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. Try again when you have some key energy. They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. You complete them. From this point on, the myriad is unbroken. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a punch to survive. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Well, small ones. Places like this were cheap back in those days, and there was plenty of space. Get done with one place, you just build another. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. Loot! The gooing of the water in the ground is spreading. A flush stool. Seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. Such a bright day to wander around in. You found the track! Amazing it wasn't destroyed. So much of this place was just discarded. No, it was never nice. It was new once, but that's not nearly the same thing. Just being new never lasts. The tracks moved on from Bricktown, and you should too. Better than nothing. Would you look at that? Looks like the Fry Sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a Fry Sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. Seems like a peculiar item. Stories keep moving whether you drive them or not. Hey there, Crusher. Darkness is crawling over the sky. You found the whereabouts. The deepest, darkest forest in the land. Sometimes hard to see for all the trees. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mechton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rail. They can carry you anywhere you like, well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. I stop. Crack-a-doo. Get out of here. Bomber Bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. If you're tired, maybe find a place to rest. Let's see. Youch! Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Let's see. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle, and hopes you've had some use for it over the years. He understands history made Loopa Loopin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous!
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to, but I want to.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mechton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mechton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. There are more crates from before the apocalypse left out in the wild. Easy to find if you keep an eye out. You should be able to gather enough scrap to upgrade the Mechton from them. There are places up ahead far worse than this. For some, the night brings terror. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Looks like some solid wood scrap there. That's a Jagni tribe outpost. I'm good. The rain can't last forever, right? You look civilized. You look good in that. Small things for your big ideas. Just the kind of scrap you need. Let's see. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain. Freedom is not worth having in a world that's doomed. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. That hit the spot, wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Try a key. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. Says the tribe's been hard on them. Won't hesitate to carve out some revenge on those who hurt them. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon. Figures the honor belongs to the tribe, too. The day is always brighter. Let's see. This box once tailed a chugga-chugga. Now it's just off track. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. Don't blow air, you'll need it. Focus on your goal. That's the way to move. He says that's enough to get the Mechton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device, so the Mechton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mechton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. He noticed the Jumbo Puff has a short attention span, so the script should distract it long enough for you to inflict some damage. Don't let the day pass you by. The grease monkey's Mechton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Body blow. Misery. Crack open that tin can and escape. Should cover up your most important parts. What? Night is creeping in. Put one robot foot in front of the other. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moo hangs on to.
Você immo diava.
Let's see.
Sarevanyat Sab.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Ikaya Bahafka. Tid.
Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind.
Sarevanyat Sab.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Bon.
Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make.
Munteo Mastula.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Diava.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Echine.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Dakanyo Umwaka.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot. Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad.
Lafea Nuch.
He's afraid you're just as stubborn as them.
Intabadan.
But enough of that, right?
Hose Eskuku Johanna.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Waxandonia in Amahamal.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. When it started to fail, everything changed.
Kuali.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Tarmianda Kagunu.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Why and Foodlea High.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Botse.
Says it's not far at all. Fortunately for you, the squips seem to have acclimatized themselves to the otherwise uninhabitable dead zone. Everyone's going to hear you coming. So much better than legging it. Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Knuckle sandwich. The fresh air has done you good. Getting out the tin can? Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. You have a chance to change the future for good or bad. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Wonder what you could make with that. A critter for you. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. You make piloting this big metal thing look easy. All things end. Bullseye. Feel that? It's a lack of air. There's a place and time for everything. But for that sick scenario, it's already come and gone. Fasten that hatch and go Trumbull. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mechton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. That's the special weapon he made to store the scripts in the Mechton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the Jumbo Puff. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mechton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. Otherwise, he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mechton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mechton with. He's sure you remember enough of what he taught you about upcycling to fit some skronky gear to the Mechton on your own. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says you'll see each other later. The story will go on as long as there is someone there to listen. Let's see.